on the road.
Well, welcome everybody. Aloha, Gary here in Waikiki Beach. We got folks joining us from coast to coast, I do believe, and you're about to hear from a gentleman who's become a true friend, a mentor to me at the highest level, and he's an industry master. He's proven this over the last over 30 years, earning more than $1 million a year in this industry, built teams of over 70,000 plus. And he has an amazing story. And the greatest thing about Bob is he really cares about people, and he shows it in everything that he does. So the story he's going to tell you today, I think, is going to be very inspiring, very exciting, very timely. And Bob, we're so grateful and excited that you found this for us. You're sharing this with us, and we get to go on this journey with you to be part of this amazing, what I'd call the dream team, which may be very well the greatest in industry history and the greatest opportunity any of us have ever seen or may ever have. So thank you, Mr. Bob Reid, and we're excited to hear what you're going to share with us today.
Thank you so much, Brother Gary. That is, I hope I can live up to that gracious introduction. But we need to get right to the point because I know everyone's time is limited, and I want to respect that. Uh, as Gary said, I've been in network marketing in some form for the last 30 years almost. I've done three companies, and two of them quit on me, and one of them I've been with for 10 years. Changed the method of they're going to operate. So that means the residual income is no longer there any longer. And one of the reasons I got in network marketing as a top level corporate executive with my chemical engineering degree and MBA, climbing the corporate ladders of Fortune 50 company, was time, freedom, wealth. I mean, that just rang my bell when I heard that, and then investigated and vetted the entire network marketing industry because I wasn't going to leave over a six-figure plus income job in 1991 just to do network marketing. But I was intrigued by the 1099 1099 home-based business tax benefits because of the income I was making. So that automatically gave me an incentive to do network marketing part time. Actually, I pushed it off on my wife in the beginning, uh, and she did. She signed the papers. Uh, but to make a long story short, I did it part time as a top level qual. I was competing to be the next president of a Fortune 50 company. I had eight competitors, and they all made fun of me. I'm sure you've heard this story before. They all made fun of me. You're in one of those little old pyramid deals, Bob Reid. How could you do that? We thought you were smarter than that. On and on and on and on. Well, 3 years later, I resigned, then almost a double six-figure income with my benefits to do network marketing full time, where I could be at home. I wouldn't have any boss, any people telling me where I have to be, at what time I have to be, what time I get to go home, or really they weren't telling you, but if you went home early, well, you were on the short list not to be around very much longer. So as long as the president and your bosses were in that office, you better be in that office too, or you're going to be on the short list, if you understand what I'm saying. Well, make a long story short, that company was $1 billion company. I did vet the industry, and I actually knew that these people were making these inordinate amount of incomes and at home, building their businesses out of their home, traveling with their families, doing that's what I wanted. And if that rings your bell, then you are at the right place at the right time. Uh, and I saw that the company I was with didn't provide that, so I switched companies. But I didn't just do it on a whim, and I got with a company that I created an over 70,000 organization with my team in it. It wasn't Bob that did it. It was our team. It's the way we work. It's the way I teach. It's the way I teach a model. And if you do this and everybody is simple and everybody duplicates that model, then everybody wins because it is true. Teamwork, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. That is a true adage. And so that company also with it was converting to a .com. It folded on me. Well, I was already debt free. I had enough gold and silver and enough millions that we could live the rest of our life very comfortably and never have to work again at the age of 54. But I'm going to tell you, I, I couldn't find another network marketing company I wanted to do. So I did consulting in the network marketing industry, and I did real estate and real estate development because I saw that was the next boom when I looked to see what was going to grow. What do I need to become involved in that I can earn extra income and meet the requirements that I don't have bosses and and time schedules that I have to meet for somebody else, and I'm not making somebody else wealthy off of my efforts. I'm also making my family and me wealthy. Uh, and so that's what I did. Uh, I'm attached to network marketing, but I'm not really doing a network marketing company. And in 2016, Richard Wayne Henson called me. I'm 70. I'm about ready to hang it up, do some retirement, enjoy my grandkids, enjoy my children, older children, and my wife a little, you know, we've already seen the world, so travel wasn't the thing that really got us there. Uh, and I really mean it. We saw the world. I developed three divisions globally for that Fortune 50 company, and so uh, you know, he was going to have a residual, five on the left, five on the right, above average income, $500 is gold and silver, and we're going to have a residual. They buy a numismatic product in it. Bingo. I just asked one question. Who's behind it? Roger Ball. Okay, I don't have to vet this company. I knew who Roger Ball was. So I don't need to go spend time vetting and looking behind the scenes. I know Richard really well, a friend for, oh, gee whiz, almost 30 years. Uh, and then Roger Ball, I knew, never met him personally, but I knew exactly who he was in the industry. Got to work, went to work, didn't really push it hard like I did the first time I did network marketing. But, our team, we grew to be the largest team in that company, and I made the most money in that company. Uh, and I had tons of people making a lot of extra income, above average income. And then they decided, hmm, we're going to go an affiliate model. Now, we're all going to do that. I mean, it's a no-brainer to, you get to earn a little extra money, earn gold and silver, but it's not going to give enough income for people to pay the mortgage bills. They're like, so I felt an obligation to go find something that I could provide them because that's what I do. That's the experience and the knowledge base that God graced me with to be able to do this that most people can't. Most people can't look behind the veil. Most people don't even know how to vet a company uh, or a market or an industry. And uh, I had two offers where companies are calling me within 18 hours of that March 2nd letter. And then I had a third one when I was calling the company and asked them a few questions. They immediately made an offer to me right over the phone. Well, I can make a lot of money, but my people couldn't make a lot of money. And I'm not going to send people to something like that where the company is, yeah, established. The products are established. It's like the first company I joined. I didn't join it at the right time. I didn't join it in its founding years like I did with this company in the beginning in 2016. That's where you make the mega bucks. That's where you do achieve time, freedom, wealth. And I also didn't want us. I wanted to look with a consumption product company because that's people keep buying the products. And if that company does become a 30-year-old company uh, like Herbalife, like uh, uh, Amway, yeah, Amway. It is the still largest network marketing company in the world, and it still exists. People still buy those products from them, like Mary Kay, like New Skin, like Melaleuca, on and on. I don't need to say the rest. There's the top 25, and there's about 300 really good companies that's pretty well established in network marketing in the world. But what I wanted was a company that was less than 3 years old. I wanted to find one. Now there's about 100 of them out there. Uh, that I got to throw away the trash, the people just starting to up to go out of business. And there's lots of that because that's part of the bad part about network marketing. Anybody can start one. You can start it on a shoestring. You can start it in a back bedroom. You can start it in a basement. You can start it in a garage in a little corner, you know. But no, I wanted something that was real and it has a chance to be the next real billion-dollar company. And I found it. It was put right there in front of me. Uh, and it was a company that wasn't even quite 4 months old, but it had $1 million in sales in one day. That caught my attention. It had only one product, and that caught my attention. And the product was in a growing, huge market that you could grow with the company, grow with the expansion of the product line as the company expanded, and then you could globalize with the company, like the people with Herbalife, like the people with Melaleuca, like the people with New Skin, on and on and on. The ones that did that. Well, I found it. Okay. I vetted it. I went behind the stream. I'm going to tell you about it. The name of it's Agara. Okay. It's a functional coffee. Well, it doesn't have, it is a type of coffee. Everybody's heard of mushroom coffee of late, the last 4, 5, 6 years. A lot of them's been there. And then they had a problem a couple of years ago with fungus in the mushroom, some mushroom coffee. Well, that process is going to get taken care of. It's going to get vetted out. Well, I wasn't concerned about that because I come from that type of world that the government's going to, make sure those things are taken care of in the regulatory side. So, and I went and looked up this company. I'm going to share my screen a little bit and I'm going to show you the website. You can go to the website yourself, okay? And you can be part of this company. When I bring it up, it's going to show you a band app, but I'm going to just go straight to the company website, and it's agaralife.com. And there it is, AGARA life.com. And it'll tell you a little bit about it. That's what I found. And yeah, that's a functional coffee. Well, it has about half the caffeine that regular coffee has, but it's smooth, it tastes great, but it has a lot of medicinal benefits because of all the other added ingredients in it. And this particular product is stands head and above anything else in the marketplace. Well, you just have to take my word on it because of my knowledge of ingredients and what it is. And the effect that this company is having in sales speaks for itself. Well, I heard some of the testimonials and things like that, but they never impressed me that much because products never did. But this is what impressed me. I know that this is $100+ billion global market. Okay. And the biggest segment of that market that's growing is functional coffees and matcha uh, products. And so, wow, we got a big growing market. So you can come in and you can penetrate a market, grow in share, and that's where you can make real wealth. If you're with the company with the right product, the right market area, right timing, and it's got some managerial expense and some finances behind it, and they've got everything lined up. Well, to do $1 million sales in one day, you better have a good distribution system set up and an order shipping system set up. You better have some connections in the manufacturing of the product, and you better have some experienced people that know how to run a company. And so when I looked up next, who was the owner, and you can just Google it like I did, or Bing it, or DuckDuckGo it, or anything. And lo and behold, what come up first is exactly what I needed. I did not know Grace Bravo. I never met her. I did not know Hayden daughters. I've never met them. I didn't know the names. But by having this information, I get to go behind the scenes, and it doesn't take me days to do this. I do this in hours. Okay, and so I learned about Grace. I learned about her success in network marketing, like you and I, people who want to have success. Well, she was successful in network marketing. She made millions in network marketing. Good. So she thinks and works like us and feels like us. So she has a heart for the people who to build it. If she's starting a network marketing company, and then she's had uh, uh, decades of experience in the coffee industry. So how much? I didn't know all that detail. I just know she had years and years of experience in the coffee industry. And so then functional coffee has been her, let's say her thing, a passion of the recent year. And so that's why she started, uh, from what I read, uh, Agora Life, and to bring that next evolution of products to the marketplace. Well, uh, then I wanted to know, it's a new startup. It's not even 4 months old. And so there's no sense me calling the company and say, I've got an organization I'd like to bring in here. What kind of special deal can I get? It's a startup company. All you do is join and go to work. Okay. And just like everybody else. But I wanted to know who was making the money, what group, what particular people or persons, because I do have some knowledge of who's who in the network marketing world. Uh, and I found Robert Faison. Well, Robert and I have been knowing he's a master. He's made twice the money I've made. He was fortunate enough to be with his company for 25 years before they pulled the rug out from him, and he no longer has a residual from them. But he made enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Robert to you through a little video. He does a Zoom every night at 7 o'clock, except with the nights that the corporate does something. But he was doing it every night, uh, Sunday through Saturday, Sunday through Friday. And now he just backed off. So I can just tell you that. So I'm going to introduce Robert by letting him introduce yourself, and we'll understand the story. So
Robert Faison here in Arkansas, and we're going to keep this one short tonight. We do have a corporate Zoom coming up right after this. So a quick story on myself. I've been in network marketing for, over 30 years now, and was not interested in doing another one. The last one I was in went out of business after 25 years, but I had made many, many millions of dollars, so I didn't need any more money. Wasn't interested in working. My health had not been good for many, many years. I've got psoriatic arthritis and just my joint pain, carpal tunnel in my fingers and my wrists, my knees, my ankles, all that hurt all the time, 24/7. And a friend said, well, at least try the product. And the product's a coffee product. We also now have a tea as well, if you like green tea better than coffee. But the coffee is delicious, and I tried it. I noticed a little something the first day, seemed like energy was better. I slept better that night. The next day, I realized all my joint pain was gone. And that was a shock because I haven't had a day without joint pain far back as I can remember. And now 90 days later, it's still gone. So I call it magic coffee. I don't know which ingredient in there, or if it's just the combination of them that causes that. But I've got tons of stories of my customers with the same results. And that's what tonight's calls.
well, we're gonna stop that share right there. That's a good enough introduction to why I gave Robert a call, and wanted to know. I had him in my phone book. We've been knowing each other for, like I said, not quite 30 years. But I gave Robert a call and said, hey, Robert, this is Bob Reid. I thought you retired from network marketing. And he gave me this little story there. And he said, well, how you doing, Bob? I heard what happened over there with your company. They pulled the rug out from me after 10 years. I said, yeah, I don't have a residual. That's really why I'm calling you. I went out looking for a place to recommend to my organization to help them transition into something really good and powerful and provide them a real opportunity they can make some income. And I tell you, I've been blown away by this. I'm blown away by the comp plan. I'm blown away by the sales. I'm blown away by the organization and the efficiency of this company. You know, I looked into Hayden, and I did the background. I mean, this experience level that he's bringing to this, and it's just phenomenal to me. And then here you are, you're back in this thing, and you've got the top leading team in the company and making some of the biggest money in the company. And I said, Robert, why didn't you call me? He said, well, Bob, be honest with you, here, I didn't need to. I mean, I'm helping everybody, helping my group, supporting my. I said, yeah, understand. You and I do business the same. We want to help our team. We want to support our team. We want to do everything we can to help them succeed. In fact, we want them to succeed bigger than us, and that's why I'm calling you. I vetted this company too, and I want to make a proposal. What do you think about this? I want us to hook up together. I want us to do something that hadn't been done in that. We're two masters joining up in the same company. You and I have been in competitors for almost 30 years. I want us to hook up. I want us to build two huge power legs for our people, and then they can take it over. Now you're younger than me. I'm 79. I'll be 80 this year, and I got about 10 years on you, brother. But I want to know I'm leaving them in good hands if the Lord takes me home. Okay. And I know with you, they will be in good hands. And let's see if we can do something. He said, let's do it. That's it. And so within 36 hours, I was signing the paperwork to be under Robert and getting ready to roll out this and start bringing it to my organization, just like I'm bringing it to you now. And we need to move faster and quicker now because everybody's prospecting everybody, and other leaders in our other company is coming poaching many people from my organization in what I call flim flam deals. And they're going to get hurt. But they're hungry. They need something, and they know these people are so-called leaders. And so, but none of them are. None of them has a success record that I've had in network marketing. Not one single person in our company has anywhere near the success record in network marketing that I bring to the table for my group or anybody that wants to join us. So with that said, I'm going to just quickly share with you what made this so outstanding and prominent to me as an opportunity. And while I latched on it real quick and to introduce it to our group, I'm going to go back to share a little bit. Well, one of the things that did that for us when I was looking at this was the fact that, the pay plan, it incorporates all the good things for all the different comp plans in the industry. And I've never seen one like this done. So it has a unitary. So what's a unitary? It means you don't have left side, right side. It's just you get paid on everything going down. You sponsor somebody, they sponsor somebody, they sponsor some, and you're going to get a piece of the action. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. But then they have what is called, once you get first order bonus. So you get paid immediately. First time you bring somebody in, you're going to earn something. Okay. That's pretty cool. And then you're going to, once you meet what they call their minimum requirement of enrolling your first 3 people, then you start a binary cycle and you qualify for 2 additional income. So I don't want you to get lost in the weeds because a lot of people will. You don't have to understand the comp plan. You just have to understand it works. And if you follow the system and just get with the program, it'll make a lot of money for you. Okay. That's all you need to understand. And you're developing a long-term residual income, and you're at the beginning of this company, and it checked every box that I had in vetting a company, every single box. And some of them got a great big star, like market opportunity, market penetration. That's what excited me so much, is because that's how I develop markets for the corporate world. You got to penetrate market. Once you get a share, like Shackley did in their nutrition products way back. They were before Amway, by the way, Shackley. And so once they carved their market share, they kind of like stable growth for the next 40 years. Because it's hard to get more market share. That's why people joining it couldn't make the income that the people before them did. Same thing with Nu Skin. When I got in Nu Skin, it was 1991. It was already a $1 billion company. It started in 84. They had already penetrated the market and they were going through global expansion and they were expanding into the nutritional line. Well, I got to over a six-figure income, but I became stagnant because the company couldn't penetrate more market share. And so that's where I said, okay, with this, I need a company that's in consumption products, because people keep buying the products if they have good results. They like the products. Just look at Melaleuca, look at Nu Skin, and Mary Kay. Same thing. People keep buying it even when they're no longer making money with it. They keep buying the product. That means residual income. So this is what I liked about it. So I'm going to not get through. I'm going to just show you the most significant parts, because I was blown away with this comp plan, and so was Robert. We've never seen anything like this in the industry. Let me just give you an example. Doing the same thing that I've done with my just recent company that will be no more on the 28th of this month. Doing the same thing, somebody buying something every month, somebody becoming a member, and then helping others do that same thing and teaching them how to do it. I would have made $2.5 million a month with this company. And I could only get up to $12,500 a week with the company I was with. See, if that hadn't happened, I would have never found this company until it was too late. So, there are those that believe as I do, when God closes one door, he's going to open up a bigger door for you if you know how to open your eyes and walk through it. Now, I know the demons are out there too, but I can vet through those demons because God gave me those abilities. Amen. Thank God. Okay. So that's what I found. So here's the pay plan. You can actually make money in this program, and you can start it free. So if you don't have a company in network marketing that you can start free and earn your way into this, then you're going to have regulatory problems, because that is a necessity today by law and regulation. So they have that, but they duplicate the same program if you don't just start free and you actually think of it as a business and start your business, invest in yourself and invest in the business because of the business opportunity. And so, yeah, you can start free. You don't even have to pay the registration fee and get your website of $49 one time. But if you start with $49 and you get your website, and that means a duplicable website you can share with other people, like I'm going to tell you to the person that sent you here to hear this, just call them back if they hadn't already sent you and say, send me the link so I can enroll. Send me the link. Okay, that's what you get there, a replicable website. I'll show you mine in a minute. But you're placed in the genealogy then, because if you're a customer and you sign free, you're not placed in the genealogy. You are a customer. You're attached to the person that introduced it to you, but you're not in the pay plan genealogy. And that's what's important, getting placed in that place. So you can sign for $49 one time, get your registry, and you can buy a single product. Hello, now you got a product to use and you place in that genealogy. So you got a position, in other words, your position, okay? To stay positioned and to keep activity, well, you have to buy at least a product once a month, okay? But that isn't going to make you a lot of money. And so I'm just being, so to start this, there's three ways to start that I see. And it's $300 one time you get product. Okay. In our other business, that was about what we call a basic, but people don't understand that. And it took you a long time to make your first $500 check. Here, you're going to get all your money back a whole lot sooner. And some people get it back in the first week or first month in the business. But you get a lot quicker. You get your money back if you put a little bit more into your business. Now I've seen this. Said, what do you mean? I get, yep, because you qualify for higher pay for doing the same thing, and you capture the pay because you qualify for different bonuses and different additional higher value first order bonuses. Okay, so $699, you get $699, $700. We call that the 700. We call this the 300. Okay, and then the one I recommend for everybody, treat it like a business. In our past business, it was a person we got in, it's $1,800 and they got 3 websites. Okay, here you put in $1,300, $1,299. You get product that you can use it, you can sample it, and a lot of it count business expense, but you qualify as an emerald. Here you qualify as a ruby. Here you qualify at the very lowest qualification level called a platinum. Okay, now you way down here you're just an ambassador. You're just starting. Okay, yeah, you got to earn your way to become a bronze, in other words, and then you got to rank up. Well, a person can rank up, but they're going to lose a lot of pay that's going to run right past them in the beginning, especially in a ground floor opportunity. So where you start, $299 platinum, ruby, and once you get in other words, you don't have to earn that rank. That's where you get, and you get to maintain it. Or emerald, like I started. I started as an emerald, $12.99. Got my package in. I hadn't even tasted the product yet, and that's what I did. So why do that? Here's why I'm going to tell you real quick. And these are the 8 ways that you can earn income with this. Well, you're going to get anytime anyone buys something, even if they're a customer, even to try out something, you're going to make some money. They buy that 1 bag, you're going to get $10. Everybody's going to get $10. They buy the 2 bags, you're going to get $20. They buy the 5 bag. Oh, now it depends on how you start, what you get. They buy the 12X pack, the ruby pack. It depends on how you start, what you get. They buy the emerald pack. It depends on how you start, what you get. And if you start at emerald, you get the most money. It's just that easy. You don't try to figure out stuff. Then that's what I mean on the first order bonus. But you also, in ruby and emerald, those 2 at the end, you get qualified for what is called infinity coded bonus. That means infinity goes down. This is that unitary. You sponsor somebody, they sponsor somebody, they sponsor somebody, they sponsor somebody. Oh, that's pretty good. After your 4th person that you enroll and you leave, you don't place people here. Let the computer do it. So the first 3 goes in what we call a foundation team. The next 3 that you sponsor, the very 4th person will make one setting change called AGARA Life. That's all we do. We set it and we forget it. And then it places that person on the right side of you that creates a binary income for you, and you're binary qualified. So you're going to start making a binary check. And when that happens too, you're going to make what I call the biggest pay part of this whole plan. You're going to get a binary matching bonus. That blew my mind. And then on top of that, as you rank up through the system, they give you what we call in Louisiana lanyap. In addition to your pay and commission that you're earning, they'll give you, based on your rank, an extra car bonus. So you can lease a car, buy a car, do whatever or you can just put it in the bank or take a vacation with, whatever you want. You don't have to buy a car. Okay. So to explain that a little bit better without going too far in the weeds, okay, I'm going to do this. Remember the first order bonus. No matter how you come in, you're going to get $10. If somebody buys just that 1 pack to try it out, okay, you're going to have a lot of that. Or somebody just, I want 2 bags. I want 1 of each or whatever. Because now we got 2 products. We got the matcha agara. And many people call it matcha tea. I don't. it's matcha agara because it's really a mixture of the agara ingredient with the matcha. And that's only going to be part of the big growth area as they add more products and we get to grow with the company. And so if you start with the somebody buys the 5X pack, well, if you started down here, you don't get that $30 because you're limited in pay. Oh, yeah. So if you start here to give you first order bonus, they'll give you a little bit of idea how you get your money back quick. If somebody you enroll starts with a 12X pack, that Ruby pack, well, you get $100. And next person starts that way that you enroll, well, you get $100. I mean, just quick, right there. And then some person that you enroll starts with a 12X, 24X pack, the minute you get 200. So you got $400. But if you do this all in a month, you're going to get an extra bonus called $175. Well, we didn't even tell you about that. I'm not going to talk about these because you can buy in higher, but there's no sense. I never get people to do that. But if somebody, your lowest person out of your three, bought a 300, where you call 3 coded. Well, what does that mean? Well, that's that unitary that I was talking about in infinity bonuses. Okay, so what it means is that when somebody buys that on first order bonus, you get $30, but as an infinity bonus, if your customer sells that to somebody else, you'll get $30, $30 also because you got an infinity. And if somebody of yours sells it to somebody, well, you get 30. Notice they're all $30 if you're 333 qualified. Here, if you look at tables, that's all you do. Don't get lost in the weeds. If you want to understand the basics, just listen to what we're sharing with you and do it because you'll see the money coming in if you're coded and you're qualified. Or you have to rank up, you're going to see it come in real slow. Okay. So if you're 777 qualified, that means the lowest that you brought in your first three people is with that 699 pack. Maybe somebody else bought the 24, maybe somebody else bought the 12, but at least one of them bought the 6.9 where you're 777 qualified. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. Everybody gets the same on the first order. If you sell this to somebody, that's what you earn. That's called first order bonus. Okay. Well, if you're 333 qualified, that's at 300. Well, you only get $30 if your people sell one of these packages to somebody. Well, if you're 7.7 qualified, look here. If somebody purchases the 12X pack and you're only 3.3 qualified, 333, you get $30. But if you're 7.77 qualified, you get $100. Now you're starting to see, and if they buy the 24X pack, you get $30 if you just, or you get $150. So that should tell you real quick what the big difference is and why I looked at it and said, oh, gee whiz, that you at least need to come in at minimum at the 699 to get 7.7 qualified and bring people in. So how do you get all your money back? Real quick, how do you get all your money back? Let's just say you come in with that 12X pack. And your first three people you enroll right here in the foundation team, you get $100 each. They come in just like you. Okay. Your next three people start your infinity team. Okay. Because that fourth person is put on. You now then create a side. Okay. And it starts on the other side. Well, if you do that on these next three, you're going to earn $200 each. Whoa, that's $900. Well, you only paid $699. Well, if you do that all in a month, you got all your money back and more to pay for your product you buy every month to stay active and retain your volume. How much is that? That's that 2-bag, $129 a month. That's it. That's tax, shipping included. Mine's $113, and then they add tax and shipping. It doesn't even come up to $129. And you got your 100 customer volume that you need to stay active every month. Just like in any traditional business, you got to pay your electricity bill or you're out of business. Well, in addition to this 900, you're going to get some of these infinity bonuses that I talk about. So you're going to actually get all your money back if you started with a 24X. And what if it took you all year to get all your money back? Hello. So what? You're starting a business, you're building a base, and you're ground floor, and you're with the biggest and best team ever I believe, ever in the history of network marketing. And when you put Robert Foson and me together, and we're working for your best on behalf of you, well, I don't think, and Robert kind of tended to agree with me. I think that'd be a great team, what we can do for our people. Okay, and the people we grow and bring into our team. Well, if you start 12, 12, 12, now you'll see why I say start at the emerald position, the $12.99. Get your products. It's one time. You don't have to do that every month. You just do your $129 every month. Okay, stay active, keep your position, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, here's the why. Remember the difference between 3-3 qualified starting at $299 and starting at $699. You get that extra. Well, if you start at 12, 12, 12, well, yeah, you get the $100, but you're qualified for a second coded bonus to infinity. You get an extra $50, 50% of that. So you get $150. Here you're going to get $225. Okay. Hey, you're going to get your money back quick, fast, and more often. I know because it happened to me. And I wasn't even looking at it to happen. I was looking at what I'm going to be able to tell somebody. So once you get that fourth person, you start qualifying for a binary cycle. So those of you that are accustomed to a binary pay plan, well, now you start another income stream, and the computer places everybody for you. You don't have to figure out where. And if you try to, you'll mess up the system. So you just set it and leave it at AGARA Right on your fourth person, and everything happens automatically. I love that. We don't have to teach that. We don't have to teach a strategy. We don't have to inform people. We have less mistakes. Well, if you come in and you rank yourself up to this starting position of platinum, notice how your income is capped all the way. Your weekly income is capped because you got to wait until you rank up. And you got to build up to that. Well, if you start at platinum, that $299 to $300, guess what? Hey, you're building, you're going to get paid as you get building. If you start at Ruby, you even get paid more, so you don't have to worry about the cap. If you start where I started, hey, I didn't go over the cap, but I needed to rank up to Sapphire because I was right on the prefaces of going over my cap, volume coming in over my cap. So I did rank up last week to Sapphire. So I went from Emerald to Sapphire by work, okay, their system. So this really tells you everything you need to know about the comp plan. And the fact, I'm going to just go to another chart real quick. And this is once you become binary qualified, everybody you personally sponsor, when they earn a binary check, you'll get a percentage of what they earn. The company pays. You don't get it doesn't come out of their check. The company pays this as extra bonus. So as a Ruby, that $699 position, everybody you personally sponsor, when they get their first binary check, they get $30, you get $3. If they get 300, you'll get 30. Okay. But the second level, when they sponsor people, they're going to sponsor more than one person. Typically, they're going to sponsor anywhere between 2 and 8 people. So let's just say on average 3. Okay. So you got a lot more on that second level. Well, if you come in at Emerald, you get 10% on your first level, 10% on the second level. But notice what I did. As you rank up, like I became Sapphire, then, hey, they increase your bonus pay. Whoa, that blew my mind. And then they go further in depth to that third level where you even have more people. Your people sponsor people, they sponsor people, and they sponsor people. Wow. But as you rank up through time, this keeps going up and it keeps going in depth. This is where the big money's made. Right here. This right here. So you got to build and build and build and patient. You will build a residual income that you won't believe because we're at the right place at the right time with the right products with the right marketing people, with the right management team, with the right ownership, this company has the greatest probability, in my estimate, to become the fastest growing billion-dollar company in network marketing history. And as you rank up, when I looked at that and I compared my other business with this business, and I looked down here and I could make 2.5 million a month doing the same thing with less work here versus what I was there, I would have never saw this if that company would have kept on going. I'd have been there, and I would have never seen this opportunity. But on top of that, I told you they have lanyard in addition to your commission check. So my next rank up will be diamond. So when I achieve diamond, I'll get $500 extra lanyard. I can apply it to a car, or I can put it in the bank, or we can just take an extra vacation with it, you know. Or if you get to like Robert's already got in 4 months, he is a double blue diamond. He gets an extra $1,500 a month on top of his paycheck. But what happens when you become the highest? Somebody that person hasn't even been sponsored. Maybe you're the one that's sponsored. Maybe you're the one that becomes it. Maybe some of your people sponsor some of your people sponsors that purpose. Hey, but remember the unitary, remember the infinity coded bonuses. Well, look what a triple crown diamond gets. Lanyard extra over and above that money I just showed you in the comp plan, 5,000 extra a month for a car. Well, that's why you got the Rolls Royce there. You can lease a Rolls Royce for less than $5,000 a month. So if that floats your boat, that's what you want to do. I know a little of that, but people need to have some of this done. Robert does the short presentation. I do the facts presentation. I really hope you see what we're talking about. I hope you just ask the person, send me the link. I'm ready. I want to become part of this. I want to place in that binary. I really want to learn how to do this. I want on this team. And that's what we want. We want you on this team too. Okay. And so by doing that, what I'm going to do is this. When you join, you get a back office. You get to log into your back office. You get to see resources. You get to see them. And I was blown away by the back office for such a large, short, big company. Well, that's my story. That's what we have to present. I hope you all become part of this and become part of Agora with us. Grow, live. I now have a product story, and I like talking about it because most of the time I don't ever have a product story. I stopped taking these 4 huge, what I call horse pills that I've been taking for 15 years because I have arthritis. And even taking the pills in the mornings when I wake up, my hands are closed and I have to open them. They go. Hey, you ever had that? I don't know if any, but my joints are dry and it's kind of a little painful doing that. And I have pain in my joints, in my finger joints and in my knuckle joints, my wrists, my thumb. And I've been having that for 15 years. And so I take these 4 pills, and if I stop taking them, oh, it really is painful. So I have to take those every day for 15 years. Well, I wanted to put this product to a test because I heard what Robert's testimony was. And if it does it on him with psoriatic arthritis, and I don't even have as bad a case of arthritis as he, I just got the aging arthritis, you know. And so I stopped taking it about 3-4 days before I expected my products to come in. And oh, I was a hurting, and I was, it was hard. The first day, my wife and I both, we felt the extra energy with just that 1 cup. And then the next day, not only still feel that energy, I started feeling less pain. And I had less kick opening my hands in the morning. And then the third day, my pain was about gone and my hands kind of opened real kind of natural. Fourth day, man, I can do this and I can still do it. You'll never get me off these products. I am now a believer. Okay. And so I hope they work for you. But if they don't, it's a market, it's a business. And we can talk about that another time. Talk to the person that that invited you to this Zoom, say, send me the link. I want to be part of this. Or you got questions, we'll answer your questions. Well, I thank you for your time and your attention. Become part of this. Become part of Time Freedom Well. Make your dreams come true for once in your life. This is the right time. This is the right place. Be part of our team. Grow with us. We'll love on you. You'll become part of our community. We'll help you. Everybody helps each other in this program. We all help each other. We all grow together. Become part of the AGARA Soaring Eagles team. Thank you.